Chapter 81 The wilderness area is blocked. Get ready to go back to school. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the thunder state activated, Su Jingming ran at full speed. It only took less than 40 minutes to reach the supply base from the city ruins area. This speed is not unpleasant. What the hell? This is actually a person. I thought it was a thunder and lightning beast. I have to say, this person's aura is indeed terrifying. By the way, why does the figure on his back look familiar to me? Immediately after the iron-eating rat tide appeared, many superpowers in the wilderness area had already retreated to the supply base. As a result, the superpowers in the square looked at Su Jingming with shock. Also, for this group of people with abilities who are generally only at the first or second level, Su Jingming's appearance is indeed a bit too fierce. However, Su Jingming didn't pay attention to these glances at all. With a slight exertion of force on his right hand, he held Jiang Chuxuan's waist and hugged him from behind. Arrived at the supply base, we are safe. Then he exited the thunder state and returned to his normal body shape, but his resolute and tough face was full of exhaustion at this time. Yesterday, he would feel exhausted just by maintaining the Lei Ji state for more than 10 minutes, but now, having maintained the Lei Ji state for more than 40 minutes, the pressure on his physical strength and supernatural powers has exceeded the limit. Being able to rush to the supply base is all supported by a will. Compared with Su Jingming, Jiang Chuxian, who was put down on the side, was in obviously much better condition, although when being taken along, she will also use her ice power to kill the surrounding iron rats, but under the protection of Su Jingming's Zixiao Divine Thunder, her power consumption has obviously not reached the point of being drained dry. Are you, classmate Su? Wang Chuang, the senior manager not far away, also recognized Su Jingming, who had exited the special state and walked up quickly. Just one glance revealed that Su Jingming was not in good condition. No, it can no longer be said to be bad, it is simply extremely bad. So he quickly asked. Classmate Su, what do you need me to do for you? I've been running all the way back from the mountains. I'm a little tired. Just help me find a room to rest. Su Jingming said tiredly. He is too tired, and with the strength of the supply base, it is unlikely that the iron-eating rats in the wilderness area can break through. Therefore, the supply base is relatively safe. Mountain area. Wang Chuang, the chief executive, was shocked when he heard this. The mountain forest area is more than 40 kilometers away from the supply base. According to the density of iron-eating rats, even fourth-level superpowers may not be able to break through more than 40 kilometers. However, Su Jingming did it. This couldn't help but make Wang Chuang's evaluation of Su Jingming even higher. It's easy to find rooms. There are still many available now. Wang Chuang said quickly, and then waved, called two relatively strong staff members from the supply base. You two, help Su to rest in the luxurious guest room on the 14th floor of the supply base. No need, I'll support the senior and you can just lead the way. Jiang Chuxian next to him said in a clear voice. He conveniently held Su Jingming's right hand in front of his chest and supported him slightly. Wang Chuang, the chief executive, naturally knew Jiang Chuxian, who came from the Magic University of Magic and was also a blogger with tens of millions of fans. I just didn't expect the two of them to get together. Also, isn't Su a freshman at the Magic City University of Supernatural Power who just entered school this year? Why did Jiang Chu, a sophomore, claim to be his senior? Although he was full of doubts, the chief supervisor Wang Chuang reacted quickly. He waved his hand and asked two staff members to lead the way. I actually asked the chief executive to personally ask, who is this person? Hey, I know a little bit about him. His name is Su Jingming. Some time ago, the entire department of Supervisor Zhao Yi was dealt with, and it seemed that it was because of him. By the way, haven't you noticed that the girl next to him is Goddess Jiang? Goddess. My goddess. Jiang Chuxuan's iconic long silver hair was quickly recognized by the superpowers present, but the goddess in his mind actually helped a young man to leave, and many people with superpowers suddenly became depressed. On the other side, after arriving at the guest room, Su Jingming, who was extremely tired, didn't think too much and just fell asleep. I don't know how long I slept this time. When Su Jingming opened his eyes again, he found a pretty figure with long silver white hair sitting beside the bed. Senior, you're awake. Jiang Qiuyun, who noticed the movement, turned around, with a look of surprise on his pretty face. How long have I been asleep? Jingming sat up from the bed and rubbed his temples. He could feel that his physical strength had fully recovered. My whole body condition is better than ever. It must take a long time to return to such a state. Sure enough, Jiang Qiuyun raised 2 fingers and said with a smile. Senior, you slept for 2 days and 2 nights. If it weren't for the doctor arranged by the chief supervisor, who said that the senior's health was fine and he just needed to rest, she almost wanted to feed her senior with S-level delinquent directly. 2 days and 2 nights, I slept long enough this time. The time is now 2:10 p.m., and the date is August 27th. Fortunately, there are still a few days until the official start of school. In the freshman competition of the Magic City Superpower University, large amounts of rewards are often given to those with outstanding results, for example, B-level practice resources, A-level practice resources, and a large number of credits. Therefore, Jingming will definitely not miss the freshman competition. What's more, with his current strength, participating in the freshman competition can basically be said to be a crushing victory. Naturally, you cannot let go of rewards that can be obtained easily. By the way, what's the situation in the wilderness area now? Jingming jumped off the bed, picked up the juice on the bedside table and drank it in one gulp. The rat tide has not subsided yet and the wilderness area is still on lockdown. The supply base has also been arranging troops for defense. Senior, you can come to the window to take a look. Hearing this, Jingming and Jiang Qiuyun came to the wide floor-to-ceiling windows. Looking out, you can see that in the wilderness area, there are black masses of iron-eating rats wreaking havoc everywhere. As for the supply base, there are also a large number of troops and teams of superpowers stationed there. I'm afraid the rat tide will continue for some time, even if it recedes. The number of ferocious beasts in the Yuanshui wilderness area may also decrease sharply. As a result, the efficiency of killing ferocious beasts will be greatly reduced, and it's just a few days before school starts, so it's time to go back. After thinking for a moment, Jingming quickly decided on the next arrangements. Senior, are you going back to school? We just happen to be together. I'm also going back to school. Jiang Qiuyun's eyes lit up. Summer is coming to an end and she needs to go back to school. In addition, her third-level elite bodyguard team, he was hired from a regular bodyguard company in Shanghai. There is even a case of killing people and stealing goods, so I need to go back and question them. Okay, then we'll leave in the afternoon. Jingming did not refuse. At this time, Jiang Qiuyun handed over a photo with a slightly red face. Most of the pictures chosen for autographed photos are screenshots of her killing beasts in previous videos. The style tends to be murderous and fierce. The one handed to Jingming was different. This is a photo that focuses on daily life and even touches on privacy. In the photo, Jiang Qiuyun is sitting beside the bed, with his long silver-white hair slightly tied up by black bows on the left and right sides, wearing a simple white shirt and a black skirt. Her round and slender thighs were perfectly wrapped by black knee-high socks. The absolute realm presented is therefore alluring, and Jiang Qiuyun's beautiful face and slim figure are also perfectly interpreted in this photo. This made Jingming feel a little surprised. Div data function type equals / image / source equals / user / div. This is a study trip organized by my high school class, and my best friend took it for me when I was in the room. I wanted to give my senior a different autographed photo, so I chose this one. Jiang Qiuyun had a blush on his cheeks. In fact, this outfit was put on by her high school best friend out of spite, because the clothes were a little revealing. They were kept after being photographed and were not taken out until now. However, facing this exquisite photo, Jingming shook his head. Change to a more normal one. Jiang Qiuyun's heart suddenly tightened when he heard this. Before he could speak, he heard Jingming's voice again. I asked for the autographed photo for my high school friend. A more ordinary one would be better. After saying that, the photo disappeared from Jingming's hand and was stored in the space ring. That guy Zhang Hao, wild boar can't eat fine chaff, therefore, it is best to keep this photo yourself. Jiang Qiuyun was still a little disappointed after discovering Jingming's little move. Then he recovered and nodded a little shyly. Chapter 82 Back to School. It turns out he is a new student. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Jingming, who had not eaten for 2 days and 2 nights, felt like he could eat a whole one-horned rhino after he woke up. So, after accepting Jiang Chuxuan's second ordinary signed photo, Su Jingming went to the restaurant on the second floor of the supply base and had a big meal. After eating enough meals for 10 people for ordinary people, I finally felt full. Opposite him, Jiang Chuxian opened his mouth slightly and looked at this scene with some surprise. Although people with superpowers eat more than ordinary people, it is rare for people with superpowers like Su Jingming who can eat dishes for 10 people. However, she was relieved when she thought about the changes in Su Jingming's body shape after he turned on his special state. Also, the body does not store that much energy, and it is impossible to initiate such powerful form changes. After the meal, Su Jingming sold all the beast materials he had on the 6th floor of the supply base. This time he only stayed in the wilderness area for a week, and the number of ferocious beasts he hunted was not very large. However, 3rd-level ferocious beast materials are much more valuable than 2nd-level ferocious beast materials. As a result, this batch of materials was eventually sold for 8 million daxia coins. In fact, the estimated value of this batch of ferocious beast materials is only 7.67 million, but the new supervisor on the 6th floor wanted a fraction of anything he said. In the end, it was wiped out and became 8 million. In addition, Su Jingming also had exotic flowers and plants found in the lair of the digger. In addition to sharing Jiang Chuxuan's half, he did not sell the remaining half. Magic City Superpower University has its own pharmacy and elixir department. You only need to provide raw materials and pay some processing fees, and you can get a batch of refined elixirs. It's really a waste to just sell exotic flowers and plants. After everything was done, Su Jingming went to his supervisor Wang Chuang to say goodbye. After learning that Su Jingming was going back to school, Wang Chuang, the chief supervisor, looked regretful. The rat tide here in the source water wilderness area will completely recede in a week at the latest. However, it may take another 2 or 3 months for the number of ferocious beasts in the wilderness area to fully return to its original level. When the time comes, I hope you, classmates Su and Jiang, can come over again. Sure. That we chatted with the chief supervisor Wang Chuang for a while. Su Jingming and Jiang Chuxian then walked out of the supply base building and came to the square in front of the supply base. Due to the emergence of the rat tide, many teams of superpowers left the source water wilderness area and went to other wilderness areas. The earliest high-speed train to Shanghai is at 6 p.m. When we get to the high-speed rail station, we may have to sit for a while. Su Jingming said after looking at the high-speed rail tickets on his phone. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it still takes 2 hours to take the train to Yuanshui high-speed railway station. High-speed rail? No, I drove here. Jiang Chuxian on the side smiled slightly, took out the car key from the space ring, and pressed it lightly. Didn't wait for a while, accompanied by the low roar of the engine. A sports car has a streamlined body and is painted in ice blue. Just like that, he drove over under the envious eyes of the few superpowers on the road. With double flash, he stopped by the road not far away, and the scissor doors on both sides slowly opened. The Mercedes-Benz S80 women's exclusive sports car is limited to 1,000 units worldwide and has an official price of tens of millions. I didn't expect you, my schoolmate, to have one, and it seems to be equipped with a high level of artificial intelligence. Su Jingming clicked his tongue in surprise. With Blue Star's technological development level, it is indeed very simple to achieve driverless driving. All it takes is an artificial intelligence. It's just level 5 artificial intelligence. Jiang Chuxian stuck out his tongue, and then took Su Jingming into the sports car. Rumble. Then, the engine started, accompanied by a roar. The ice blue sports car sped away and quickly disappeared at the end of the road. 6:20 p.m. Magic City, University Town, Jingyan District. As the start date approaches, the university town in Jingyan District gradually becomes lively, especially now when it's time to eat. There are hot pot restaurants and restaurants on the street. You can see students walking in groups of 3 or 3 everywhere on the road, chatting and laughing, full of youthful atmosphere. In addition, there is a steady stream of students walking out of the school. Compared to 4 other schools, the number of students walking out of the gate of the Magic City University of Supernatural Power, which occupies the best position in the center of the university town, is much smaller. however, every student who walked out held their heads high and had a touch of pride in their eyes, and some students from other schools passing by the gate of Magic City Superpower University. Not only did he not have any opinion on this, but he looked envious, being able to be admitted to the Magic University for special abilities is indeed something to be proud of. Boom dash dash at this time, there was a low sound of air waves, an ice blue sports car drove quickly from a distance in the eyes of pedestrians on the road. For them, who are still students, such a sports car is naturally extremely dazzling. Some students who know a lot about cars understand the value of this car and can't help but look in surprise, amid looks of envy or burning eyes. The ice blue sports car stopped at the gate of the Magic City University of Supernatural Powers. Then, a girl and a young man stepped out of the sports car. The girl has a slim figure and a stunningly beautiful appearance, but the most eye-catching thing is the beautiful waist-length silver-white hair behind her. The young man beside him was tall, with a firm and steady face, and a vague sense of evil aura all over his body, giving him a strong sense of oppression. Hey! What a handsome guy! Is he also a student of the Magic University of Magic? This tall and straight figure has a vaguely oppressive and dangerous aura. I feel it very much. Unfortunately, it seems that she has a girlfriend, and she is so beautiful. Many young girls looked at the young man with burning eyes. On the contrary, some hot-blooded male classmates glanced at the girl with a curvy figure next to them, but they all cast envious glances at the young man. Came back. Looking at the wide gate of the Magic City Superpower University in front of him, Jingming had a look of emotion on his face. 1.5 months ago, he started from here as a first-level superior. A month and a half later, when he came back again, his strength had undergone earth-shaking changes. Qiuyun on the side also looked emotional. If you are a bit unlucky, you won't be able to meet your senior. Then she had already been buried in the wilderness area and could not come back. Senior, let's go. Qiuyun pressed the car key, and the ice blue sports car automatically drove towards the garage of the Magic University of Magic. Jingming and Qiuyun also walked into the school. Senior, which district is your dormitory in? Area 3. Zone 3 seems to be the area closer to the inside, right? I'm in Zone 2, which is closer to the outside. District 2 is closer, so I'll take you back to the dormitory first. Jingming and Qiuyun walked through the campus. After walking for a while, they arrived in front of Villa number 103 in Area 2 of the dormitory where Qiuyun was located. Senior, let's separate here. If you need me for anything in the future, just ask. At the door of the villa, Qiuyun said with some reluctance. Although they only knew Jingming for a few days, he saved her life 3 times in succession. Okay, I'll trouble you if I get the chance. Jingming said with a smile. It's a deal. Qiuyun nodded, however, the next moment, but she suddenly came closer, stood on her toes slightly, and brought her pretty face up, accompanied by the quiet virgin aroma that penetrates the tip of the nose. Jingming felt a soft and warm touch on his left cheek. Before he could react, Qiuyun was already standing shyly in front of him. This is a small thank you for your life-saving grace. Set off by the long silver hair behind her, Qiuyun's pretty face is as delicate as a rose. Senior, let's see you next time. After saying that, without waiting for Jingming's response, he trotted into the villa with his round and slender thighs. Was I forcibly kissed? Seeing the slim figure quickly disappearing into the villa, Jingming was stunned for a moment, then shook his head and turned to leave. Anyway, at least the experience is pretty good. Xian, are you back? Well, I'll go back to the bedroom first. On the other side, Qiuyun, who fled into the villa, ignored the shouts of his roommates. He ran directly to the bedroom on the second floor and dove into the quilt. After a while, the accelerated heartbeat gradually calmed down. By the way, I told you to go back to school and check the senior's information. You can check it now. Qiuyun sat in front of the computer. First, enter the school's official website forum and enter Jingming's name in the search bar. A person with great strength like the senior will not be unknown. Sure enough, a series of posts about Jingming appeared on the projection page. But the content of the article was very different from what she had imagined. it's all about freshmen breaking records, the strongest in the first level, and so on. It's strange, it's all related to the topic of freshmen. Jiang Chuxian frowned slightly and patiently clicked on the posts one by one to check them out. Just like that, after reading the posts for more than 10 minutes, she was shocked to find out, Su Jingming turned out to be a freshman who just took the martial arts college entrance examination this year. Senior, it turns out you are a freshman. Jiang Chuxuan's expression was extremely exciting, and then he murmured with a strange expression. It's just that a second-level freshman is too outrageous. Chapter 83 Summary. Great Harvest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After entering the school, Jiang Chuxian had already returned the dark cloud wind gun on the way, so, Su Jingming walked all the way back to his villa number 32 in District 3 with the dark cloud wind gun on his back. Click, the key was inserted into the keyhole, turned slightly, and the villa door opened. When I glanced around, I saw that the living room on the first floor of the villa was empty, but there were sounds from the training room. Knowing that Lu Wentao was training, Su Jingming didn't bother him and went up to the second floor with his backpack and spear, putting the dark cloud wind gun on the weapon rack in the training room. Su Jingming began to organize the items in the tactical backpack. Again, although a lot of ferocious beast materials were sold at the source water supply base, there were also materials needed to complete school tasks. This flame flower is needed to complete the A-level mission. These 23rd level wind dire wolf skins are for completing the B-level mission. The school's tasks can be received online, but the task materials that need to be submitted must be verified on-site at the school's task building. The closing time of the mission building is 9 o'clock in the evening, and now it is 6:30 in the afternoon, which is still early, so Su Jingming planned to make a trip later and submit all the mission materials. The amount of materials sorted out from the tactical backpack is not large. Su Jingming conveniently put them into the space ring. In addition, he also found in his tactical backpack the B-class suit that had exploded in a thunder state in the cave that day, causing its upper body to shatter. This suit cost me tens of millions. Su Jingming felt secretly regretful. In order to not restrict the movements of the superpowers to the greatest extent, the suits are tailor-made according to the physical qualities of the superpowers. Although he has a certain degree of flexibility, his body shape changes too much after activating the thunder state. This kind of elasticity can't be stretched at all. It seems that next time I will have to buy a special suit specially prepared for those with giant powers, otherwise, every time we fight, a suit will be scrapped. Then who can withstand it? It is worth mentioning that, when escaping from the rat tide, Su Jingming also used his thunder state, but this time it was an ordinary shirt that was damaged. When he woke up from the big bed in the supply base, he had already put on the nightgown prepared in the guest room. I don't know if it was the staff at the base or Jiang Chuxian who changed it for him. Soon, Su Jingming finished organizing everything and opened his system panel. Name, Su Jingming, level, second level upper level. Physique, 1321 Qi and blood, plus, spirit, 987 Hz, plus, skills, marksmanship, master, boxing, intermediate plus, thunder spear, advanced plus, chain thunder spear, intermediate plus, thunder flash, advanced plus, thunder prison, intermediate plus, lightning rush, advanced plus, body training, thunder immortal body, third level, PowerPoints, 3712. It's a pity that we encountered a rat tide later, otherwise we could have harvested more PowerPoints. Su Jingming shook his head slightly. With over 3,700 PowerPoints, it should be enough to learn 2S level combat skills, right? After submitting the mission materials later, you can go to the combat skills library to have a look. For Su Jingming, this trip to the wilderness area was definitely extremely rewarding. Not only has his level and combat skills been greatly improved, but he also has 2 more 1 cubic meter space rings on his hands. In addition, there are still nearly 25 million lying on the bank card. By consuming these resources at hand, my strength can be improved even more. Su Jingming said silently in his heart, then he went to the bathroom and took a quick shower before walking down to the second floor refreshed. Brother Ming, are you back? As soon as he walked into the living room, he met Lu Wentao, who was wearing loose training clothes and walking out of the training room. Just arrived. Su Jingming said with a smile. Compared with when he left, Lu Wentao has not changed much, it just seems a little darker. Then don't tell me in advance, otherwise I can prepare a feast for you tonight. Lu Wentao said with a smile, and then looked at the time. But it's still early, and there's still time to prepare immediately. What a feast for the wind. I came back from the wilderness area, not from prison. Su Jingming smiled and cursed, just go to the cafeteria, I just want to have a meal too. That I heard a few days ago that there was a rat infestation in the source water wilderness area. I called you several times but it showed that I was not in the service area. I thought something had happened to you. Lu Wentao breathed a sigh of relief. During this rat tide, even the school issued a notice, saying that many seniors who were training there were in trouble, otherwise, he wouldn't know the news. We do have an outbreak of rats in the headwaters wilderness area, however, there are already troops and a team of superpowers guarding there, and I believe it won't take long to solve the problem. Su Jingming nodded. During that time, he was still sleeping, and his cell phone was placed in the space ring, so others could not call in. That's good, these rat tides should be cleaned up early. With that said, Lu Wentao was going to the cafeteria with Su Jingming. Suddenly, his step stopped. I found that Su Jingming's aura was a bit too strong, even similar to that of the seniors in the school. After carefully sensing it, his eyes widened. What the hell? Brother Ming, have you broken through to the second level? To be precise, it's the second level. Su Jingming nodded and explained briefly. I encountered several life and death crises, but I was lucky. Not only did I successfully escape, but I also achieved a breakthrough. There are indeed life and death crises, but the reason why the level can be improved so quickly is mainly because of the Deep Blue system. Of course, if he hadn't worked hard to kill the beast, he wouldn't have gained so many power points. Second level upper level. Lu Wentao was shocked. It took him a long time to react and gave a thumbs up. As expected of Brother Ming. You can't judge it with common sense. If it were anyone else who would advance from the first level to the second level in just over a month, he would never believe it. But can you really improve your strength so quickly in a life and death crisis? It makes me want to try it in the wilderness area. Lu Wentao has been stuck in the first level for half a year. Seeing Su Jingming go to the wilderness area and immediately break through a big level when he came back, he was also a little moved. No, I am a special case. The wilderness area is very dangerous. If you want to go, it is best to wait for the second level. Su Jingming quickly stopped him. In fact, if the Deep Blue system hadn't needed power points, he wouldn't have been able to enter the wilderness area in such a hurry. That's all I'm saying, I'm not going to the wilderness area at this stage. Lu Wentao chuckled. Su Jingming has S-level powers, and he also has the Dean of the Weapons Academy as his teacher. Just because the other party can stay in the wilderness area for more than a month and come back alive doesn't mean that he can do the same, especially in the rat tide that occurred this time. So many seniors lost their lives in it, but Su Jingming ran back safe and sound, which is enough to explain a lot of problems. In addition, he felt that even if he went to the wilderness area, he might not be able to achieve such a terrifying improvement as Su Jingming. By the way, Brother Ming, when you left, didn't you tell Song Qiuyun that you were going to the wilderness area? Lu Wentao suddenly asked. Song Qiuyun? Su Jingming was stunned for a moment, then nodded. I only mentioned my trip to the wilderness area to you and the teacher. No wonder. Lu Wentao suddenly understood, then scratched his head and said, She has come to our villa several times to look for you during this period, but I always said that you were not there. Later I told her that you went to the wilderness area, and she was a little surprised. Unfortunately, it's not. Song Qiuyun is looking for me. Su Jingming nodded slightly, then I'll ask her if there's anything wrong. Next, Su Jingming and Lu Wentao went to the cafeteria to have a meal together, then he separated from the other party and went to the mission building to submit all the mission materials in his hand. 3 of the B-level missions are just about killing second and third level ferocious beasts and collecting ferocious beast materials, but that A-level mission requires an A-level flame. Flower. There were already very few A-level exotic flowers and herbs, so Su Jingming was ready to give up on this mission, but among the strange flowers and plants discovered in the cave, there happened to be this flame flower. As a result, 3 B-level tasks and 1 A-level task were all submitted successfully. Jingming finally received 871 points. Among them, the A-level mission provides the most bonus credits, a full 540 points. Of course, such an A-grade flame flower would sell for a high price of 6 million outside the country. It's just that the purchasing power of credits is stronger than that of daxia coins, and when converted, it's about the same. After submitting the task, Jingming originally wanted to go to his teacher Yang Jintian. As a result, the teacher's phone number couldn't be reached. I called the number in the villa and found out from the housekeeper Fu Bo. The teacher left the school a few days ago and hasn't come back yet, so, after hanging up the phone, Jingming turned directly and went to the combat skills library. The long-awaited S-level combat skills can finally be learned. Chapter 84 Double S-level combat skills. Heavenly Thunder Technique. Underworld Thunder Armor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Classmate Jingming, welcome to your arrival. Combat Techniques Library. For Jingming, an S-level authority holder, the female teacher at the front desk of the library still spoke softly and kindly. Jingming explained the purpose of his visit and was quickly taken directly into a separate reading room by the staff just like last time. Eva, help me sort out all the S-level combat skills of the lightning system. Jingming sat on the sofa and reached out to poke the small light blue ball on the table. Although this is a holographic projection and has no entity, Eva can still respond to external actions. Then, an angry emoji appeared on Eva's round ball, accompanied by a slightly cute voice. If you poke me again, I will make Eva angry. This little guy's mood changes quite quickly. Jingming couldn't help but smile. Sometimes he has doubts about Eva, the top artificial intelligence responsible for managing all aspects of the Magic University. Is it possible that there is a real person behind it? Otherwise, how could he have such a real emotional reaction? Speaking of which, Blue Star's technological explosion seems to have happened hundreds of years ago, not long after vicious beasts appeared on Blue Star and humans mastered supernatural powers. I don't know if there is any connection between these two. I can ask Teacher Yang by the way next time I go there. Jingming did not hesitate too much and looked at the projection of the list of Thunder and Lightning S-level combat skills selected by Eva in mid-air. Thunder Tribulation Seal, S-level concentrate the thunder power into a mark and shoot it, causing a huge amount of lightning damage. Note, this combat skill can only be learned by those with C-level or higher lightning type abilities and level 2 or higher abilities. Thunder Fist, S-level release the lightning power of the superpower to the greatest extent, and focus it on the fist to strike. Note, this combat skill can only be learned by those with lightning level B-level abilities and above, and those with level 3 or higher powers. Thunder Prison World, S-level form an unbreakable lightning barrier around the enemy, and at the same time continuously chop down thunder in the barrier. Note, this combat skill can only be learned by those with lightning level B-level abilities and above, and those with level 3 or higher powers. S-level combat skills are extremely rare. Even the Magic City Superpower University, which is a top institution, only includes more than 20 S-level lightning-type combat skills. Among the more than 20 thunder and lightning combat skills, there are almost 10 combat skills that require level 3 or above to learn. Therefore, there are actually only a dozen or so S-level combat skills that Jingming can choose to learn. Of course, this number is already quite a lot. If it were any other ordinary supernatural university, it wouldn't even be able to produce an S-level thunder and lightning combat skill. Taking a deep breath, Jingming carefully read the introduction on the combat skills list. From time to time, staff will be asked to send over the original combat technique secrets for detailed reading and comparison. If you are an ordinary student, you will spend a large amount of credits to purchase the next S-level combat skill. Naturally, it is impossible to compare it with the originals of other secret books. Jingming is different. He has S-level permissions and can read all combat skills for free. Then you can compare multiple combat skills secret books. After an hour, Jingming finally saved 2 of the more than 10 thunder and lightning combat skills secret manuals. These 2 secret books are Heavenly Thunder Technique and Underworld Thunder Armor. Sky Thunder Technique, S-level, use your own lightning power to mix natural thunder and lightning to summon thunder in the designated direction. Note, only those with level 8 powers and above can practice. During thunderstorms, the power of combat skills will be enhanced. Hell Thunder Armor, S level. Use the supernatural user's own thunder and lightning to weave it into armor in a specific way to form defense around the body. Note, only those with level A powers and above can practice. These two combat skills are relatively high quality among the S-level combat skills that I can learn currently. Moreover, one prefers long-range spell strikes, and the other prefers melee combat. People with enhanced powers often have the only option of close combat. It can be those with elemental powers, or those with lightning or ice powers under the natural category, but you can choose to take the magic combat skills route or the close combat route, and these also correspond to the School of Elements and the School of Weapons of the Magic City Superpower University. Most people often just choose to take one of these routes, because the cost of energy and time required to learn combat skills is too great. If you don't specialize in one route, you can easily fall into the embarrassing situation of failing to achieve high and failing to achieve low. This is also true for the geniuses of Magic University. As long as he has enough power points, he can learn all combat skills in an instant. There is no so-called cost of energy and time at all, therefore, for the two routes of combat skills and close combat. Su Jingming's answer is, I want them all. Of course, at present, the main focus is on close combat with spears as weapons. In addition, there is another reason why I chose Sky Thunder Technique as one of the skills to learn this S-level combat skill. That is, the S-level combat skill, Tian Lei Technique, is the prerequisite combat skill of the SSS level combat skill, Wan Lao Sky Thunder Technique. The so-called 10,000 Lao thunders is to drop thousands of thunders within a certain range within a sustained period of time. If you don't learn the S-level, Sky Thunder Technique, then the difficulty of learning the SSS level, Wan Lao Sky Thunder Technique, will increase exponentially. Wan Lao Tian Lei Yin is the only SSS level combat skill in the Lightning Department of the Magic City Superpower University, and Su Jingming must learn it. In this case, it is naturally necessary to take the lead in learning the S-level, Sky Thunder Technique. If you want to use the Deep Blue system to add points, you must have a preliminary understanding of combat skills. Otherwise, if you only know the name of a skill, you will naturally not be able to add points. Thinking of this, Su Jingming opened the secret book of Sky Thunder Technique and read it carefully. As an S-level combat skill, the Sky Thunder Technique is extremely profound, even more profound than the S-level bodyforging combat skill Thunder Immortal Body. Not only does it involve the cooperation of mental power and one's own thunder and lightning abilities, but it also needs to trigger the natural thunder between heaven and earth at the same time. Because it was too profound, Su Jingming spent more than 6 hours. After reading it 2 or 3 times, I had a preliminary understanding of this combat technique. Good guy, this combat technique is so complicated. If I relied solely on myself, I wouldn't be able to learn it in less than half a year. Putting down the secret book, Su Jingming rubbed his temples with tired eyes. Reading this secret book on combat skills was even more painful than when he was a doctoral student in his previous life and stayed up all night reading foreign professional literature. Fortunately, I now have a preliminary understanding of this combat technique. Dark Blue. Give me more. PowerPoints -1600. Sky Thunder Technique, Elementary. In an instant, Su Jingming directly understood the release technique of the S-level combat skill, Sky Thunder Technique. It turns out that this is how the Heavenly Thunder Technique is released. Su Jingming's eyes shone slightly, but the reading room was obviously not a good place to experiment with thunder techniques. After we leave the combat skills library, we can try it out in an empty space with no one around. However, the power points required to learn S-level combat skills are actually as high as 1,600 points. Fortunately, I have enough power points, otherwise I really wouldn't be able to learn 2 S-level combat skills. Su Jingming slowly exhaled a breath of turbid air. At this time, holographic Eva, who had been waiting beside her, reminded. Little master, it's 1 o'clock in the morning now, please make sure to arrange your time reasonably. It's already so late. Su Jingming frowned. Forget it, let's learn another S-level combat skill tomorrow. It took him more than 6 hours to initially understand the Sky Thunder Technique under the current situation of mental exhaustion. It may take longer to learn the other, Hell Thunder Armor. Now that he has gone back to school, Su Jingming doesn't need much time. There is no need to study all night, so, after calling the staff and returning the combat skills secret books, Su Jingming got up and left the combat skills library. Outside the combat skills library, the night sky was dotted with stars, and a crescent moon hung in the sky. The bright moonlight blooming from it was actually a bit brighter than the lights on the roadside. The Combat Skills Library of the Magic City Supernatural University is open to students all night long, although it was already past 1 o'clock in the morning. Su Jingming walked out and found several students who had also left the Combat Skills Library like him. In addition, there are a few scattered students walking this way, obviously heading all night. This is the style of study at top universities. Su Jingming nodded slightly and was about to walk out. Suddenly, a loud cry sounded from the sky. Grumble. The scream was so sharp that it made Su Jingming's eardrums slightly painful. In addition, several students not far away let out bursts of exclamations and covered their ears unbearably. Su Jingming subconsciously raised his head and looked at the sky. Under the bright moonlight, he saw a head with black feathers, but a ring of white feathers on its neck. The claws were sharp and huge, and the ferocious beast like an eagle flew past quickly. It's a ferocious bird-like beast, an eagle with a white ring and black feathers. Su Jingming narrowed his eyes. This kind of ferocious bird-like beast does not dare to fly through the city's airspace during the day, and only demonstrates at night. Su Jingming had heard the chirping of these ferocious birds and beasts several times during the previous night at the villa. Judging from the flying speed of this white-ringed and black-feathered eagle, its level is only around level 3. Su Jingming suddenly had a thought in his mind. Hey, isn't that just a good place to try my Heavenly Thunder technique? Chapter 85 Discussion. You sure? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just as he was told, Su Jingming's mental power began to operate according to the method recorded on the S-level combat skill, Sky Thunder technique. At the same time, Zixiao Divine Thunder was also mobilized. Zixizi. A thin layer of blue-purple thunder appeared on the surface of Su Jingming's body, flickering and jumping, flickering on and off. As the thunder jumped, in the starry sky at night, there were dull thunder sounds that seemed to echo each other. Rumble. Rumble. Huh? Why did it thunder suddenly? It doesn't look like it's going to rain. In the square in front of the combat skills library, several students who had just recovered from the piercing cry of the white-ringed and black-feathered eagle looked up at the sky with surprised expressions. Under the starry sky, the moonlight was bright, and you could even clearly see the white-ringed and black-feathered eagle circling high in the sky. There are no dark clouds at all. So where did this thunder come from? Just when several people were confused, Su Jingming, who was not far away and was slightly surrounded by thunder, also raised his head slightly. He focused his attention on the white-ringed and black-feathered eagle in the sky, and then slowly exhaled. Heavenly Thunder Technique. Boom. The sky at night suddenly became translucent, and with the terrifying pressure, a blue-purple thunder and lightning that penetrated the sky and the earth fell from the sky. Bombard the white-ringed and black-feathered eagle soaring in the sky. The white-ringed black-feathered eagle has feathers all over its body that are not only extremely defensive but also non-conductive. In addition, it possesses a powerful physique as a third-level ferocious beast. Under normal circumstances, natural lightning will be fine even if it hits it. However, the moment he came into contact with this thunder, it seemed that it was no longer the powerful third-level ferocious beast, but like a fragile sand toy. Before even the scream could be heard, it was completely lost in the air. Stab! It was only then that the deafening sound of thunder spread from a distance. Ding! Kill a third-level middle white-ringed black-feathered eagle, and gain plus 34 ability points. The system prompt sounded in his mind, and Su Jingming's eyes lit up slightly. This is the S-level combat skill, Sky Thunder technique. He originally thought that the thunder would simply kill the white-ringed and black-feathered eagle. Unexpectedly, this thunderstorm had the astonishing effect of wiping out the entire beast on the spot. Although the Heavenly Thunder technique requires a few seconds of casting time, it is worth it for its power. Su Jingming nodded with satisfaction. As a second-level high-level superpower, if he doesn't use combat skills, the maximum distance that his purple Sky Thunder power can spread is only about 15 meters, but the casting range of the primary Heavenly Thunder technique is nearly 1 kilometer. In other words, as long as the enemy comes within 1,000 meters of him, he can use the thunder technique to carry out long-range strikes. As the level and combat skill proficiency increase, the attack range of the Sky Thunder technique can be further increased. In addition, the consumption of superpowers is also a bit high. Just this one thunder spell consumed almost a quarter of my power. Jingming said silently in his heart. Of course, this is also a common problem with advanced combat skills. After he levels up, this won't be a problem. The power of the Sky Thunder technique has been tested. It's time to go back to the dormitory and sleep. Yawning, Jingming walked away. The other students in the square were still surprised by the sudden thunder and lightning. Thunder on the ground. The white-ringed black-feathered eagle was completely wiped out. Which high-level lightning system user took action? This is a third-level ferocious beast. It's outrageous, because Jingming's movements when releasing his combat skills were not obvious. Therefore, the few students in the square did not suspect Jingming. Only a tall and thin young man looked at Jingming's leaving figure, looking thoughtful. After resting all night, he felt that his thinking was very clear. In just 4 hours, I should be able to have a preliminary understanding of the other S-level combat skill, Hell Thunder Armor. After washing up and eating breakfast, Jingming walked down to the second floor with confidence. Brother Ming, why don't you go out so early? On the first floor, Lu Wentao was sitting on the sofa in the living room, chewing bread. Well, let's go to the combat skills library. Jingming smiled and nodded. I just came back from the wilderness area, and I'm working so hard. I'm so unbecoming of a human being. Looking at Jingming's tall figure leaving in a hurry, Lu Wentao couldn't help but click his tongue and sigh. In the wilderness area, in order to be on guard against ferocious beasts, the spirits of those with supernatural powers are always in a state of tension. If you remain tense mentally for a long time, problems will arise. Therefore, many people with special abilities will choose their favorite way to relax after leaving the wilderness area. For example, go shopping, dance in nightclubs, or go to some high-end places for massages and foot washing. Even if there is no good way to relax, I usually give myself a few days off to relax, but Jingming is different. There is no way to see any slackness in him. Last night Lu Wentao practiced superpower training on the sofa in the living room on the first floor until after 12 o'clock in the evening, but he didn't wait until he came back. I thought I had to rest more this morning after staying so late in the combat skills library last night. As a result, it's not yet 7 in the morning, and I'm rushing out again. No, I'll go training after breakfast later. Lu Wentao was a little stimulated, and he gnawed the bread much faster. Outside the dormitory, perhaps because the semester is about to start, the dormitory in District 3, which is the dormitory area for freshmen, is almost full, but there are already many students walking out in groups in 2s and 3s on the road. Today is August 28th, and the opening ceremony will be officially held on September 1st. The new students have almost arrived. The opening ceremony of the Magic City Supernatural University is held once every academic year. Every time, freshmen who have just entered the school participate. During the ceremony, the teachers did not talk too much and the main content was related to the freshman competition. This is what Jingming heard from his senior brother Lu Ming before. Speaking of which, the last time I called the teacher, I heard from the teacher that my senior brother went to the southwest to participate in the battle, and I don't know what the situation is like now. Jingming still has great respect for Lu Ming, a senior who has trained with him for more than a month conscientiously. Forget it, after I finish learning the combat skills, I'll call my senior brother again. I didn't get through last time, so I don't know if it will be the same this time. Shaking his head, Jingming didn't think much and walked out along the road. As the distance from the dormitory exit has shortened, more and more students are on the road. These are all freshmen who have just entered school, some even just entered school yesterday. Although they have gone through the baptism of the martial arts college entrance examination, they are still teenagers around the age of 18 after all. Many students looked around curiously while joking and chatting with their roommates. They also bring their expectations and longings for the opening ceremony and future college life. Compared with these immature freshmen, I stayed in the wilderness area for more than a month. Jing, who has accumulated 5 lives on his hands and has experienced the life and death crisis of the rat tide, seems a little out of place with a calm and cold expression, coupled with his height of 1.89 meters. He Looks even more eye-catching among the crowd whose average height is only about 1.7 meters. However, this didn't attract any strange looks. Instead, some freshman girls whispered and looked at him secretly from time to time. Jingming didn't care about this and continued to walk forward steadily. Is it Song Qiuyun? Jingming raised his eyebrows. It wasn't that he paid special attention to it, but Song Qiuyun's slim body curves were hard to forget after seeing her once. Compared with the back figures of the girls around them, their features are even more obvious. The girl caught by Jingming's gaze seemed to notice something and turned her head, revealing a delicate oval face. Sure enough, it was Song Qiuyun, whom he hadn't seen for more than a month. When Song Qiuyun turned around and discovered Jingming, a look of surprise appeared on her pretty face, and this stunning smile, like 100 flowers blooming, stunned some of the male students around her. Song Qiuyun went against the flow of people and came to Jingming in 3 steps and 2 steps at a time. Classmate Su, long time no see. When did you come back? Her beautiful eyes looked straight at him. Yesterday. Jingming replied with a smile, I just came back yesterday. That is to say, you've been in the wilderness area for almost a month and a half, which is really long enough. Song Qiuyun was filled with emotion, then blinked her big clear eyes and asked. Classmate Su, you should remember that you promised to compete with me before, right? Song Qiuyun is a serious person, therefore, I have always wanted to know the source of Jingming's beastly aura. Unfortunately, the other party has not been in school for more than a month. She couldn't find a chance to discuss and explore. Discussion. Jingming was slightly startled, remembering that he had indeed promised the other party on the day he left the Magic City University of Superpowers. But are you sure you want to spar with me? What? I am also the #1 scholar in Sichuan province. Don't underestimate me. Song Qiuyun's eyebrows were raised slightly. Chapter 86 Fang Tian draws a halberd. Contrast Song Qiuyun. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sichuan province, with a permanent population of more than 80 million, is also a major education province like Jiangnan province. As many as 400,000 students take the martial arts college entrance examination every year. Song Qiuyun's ability to win the top prize in Sichuan province with these 400,000 people is enough to prove her strong strength. If it were a month ago, for such an opponent, Jingming may still be interested in him, but now that he has reached the 2nd level, competing with Song Qiuyun, who is only at the 1st level, is simply bullying. But since he had promised the other party before, Jingming naturally would not break his promise. Okay, I understand. Let's discuss and learn from each other sometime later. Jingming nodded. Finding time later? You can do it now. After finally meeting Jingming again, Song Qiuyun would not let him go easily. Of course, if you have something urgent, you can do it next time. Song Qiuyun added with a smile, what a resolute person, he deserves to be from Sichuan province. Jingming thought to himself, but anyway, it's a simple matter and doesn't take much time, so he didn't refuse any more and nodded. It's okay now, then where should we go? Over there in the actual combat arena? No need to go to such trouble, just go to the training room on the 2nd floor of your dormitory. Seeing that Jingming agreed, Song Qiuyun's eyes suddenly lit up. Okay, then your clothes. Jingming hesitated. Song Qiuyun is currently wearing a floral dress, which will definitely be revealed when they spar. You go back to the dormitory and wait for me. I'll go back and change into a suit and come find you. Song Qiuyun seemed to be looking forward to this battle, and trotted toward her dormitory with long, slender steps. Sparring with me is so worth looking forward to. Jingming couldn't understand. When Jingming returned to Villa number 32, Lu Wentao on the sofa just finished eating the bread and couldn't help but wonder. Song Qiuyun wants to discuss with me later. I'll come back and wait for her first. Jingming explained. Song Qiuyun. Lu Wentao was stunned for a moment, then smiled and said. While you were away, the few times she found the villa, she seemed to want to compete with you. Jingming immediately became happy when he heard this. It's not the first time I've come here for Qingqing. Is this Song Qiuyun a fighting maniac? Jingming rubbed his chin, judging from the current situation of the project, this is very possible. However, Song Qiuyun didn't realize that Brother Ming has broken through to the second level. Lu Wentao asked curiously. I probably didn't notice it, otherwise I wouldn't be so anxious to discuss it with me now. Su Jingming shook his head. People with superpowers can roughly detect changes in each other's breath, but they cannot accurately sense the level. Just like last night, Lu Wentao could detect that he had broken through to the second level, but he had no way of knowing that he was at the second level. In addition, if you can't use your mental power to sense it, you won't notice the changes in the breath. Song Qiuyun probably didn't use her mental power to investigate just now. I see. Lu Wentao nodded, and then asked expectantly. Brother Ming, can I go watch the battle later? Of course. Su Jingming did not refuse. Great. Lu Wentao's eyes lit up slightly. In Sichuan province, Song Qiuyun was famous as a talented girl. Ever since he awakened his powers at the age of 16, he has been above all the geniuses in Sichuan province. The number 6 high school in Chengdu, where he attended, had also been under the shadow of Song Qiuyun for a long time. When I return to Sichuan province during the holidays, I can have a good chat with those high school classmates. The man who defeated that genius girl Song Qiuyun was my roommate. Qiuyun, aren't you going to the center of Magic City? Why are you back? At the other side, as soon as Song Qiuyun returned to the dormitory, she was also questioned by her roommate Qi Dongxia. Su Jingming is back, and I made an appointment with him to discuss things later. Song Qiuyun replied. Su Jingming is back. Qi Dongxia's eyes lit up and she quickly asked, did he find out that you advanced to the second level? No. Song Qiuyun said with a smile, she is a second-level low-ranking person who broke through a few days ago, and no one knows about it except her roommates and teachers. Therefore, she deliberately restrained her aura to prevent Su Jingming from noticing anything unusual, although this discussion is mainly to find out why Su Jingming has the aura of a ferocious beast, but she was also very interested in Su Jingming's own strength. Great Xia has an S-level power that only appears once in several years. I wonder if I, who is a higher level, can defeat him. Song Qiuyun's beautiful eyes sparkled with brilliance. More than 2 months have passed since registration, and the freshmen don't know anything about each other. Among them, the news that Su Jingming has S-level lightning powers was announced on the student forum a month ago. Although all the freshmen were shocked by this, the one who regretted it the most was Lei Zhou. If he had known that Su Jingming had S-level powers, he would not have provoked him at all. In addition, as the provincial champion of Sichuan province, Song Qiuyun has her own arrogance. I want to try out Su Jingming, the S-level awakened person, for myself. She also knew that she would definitely not be able to defeat the opponent at the same level, but in the case of a higher level, that is not necessarily the case. Qiuyun, come on. I'll accompany you there later. Although Qi Dongxia really likes Su Jingming's looks, but now that her best friend and roommate are fighting, she naturally chooses to support her roommate. In addition, she also wanted to see Su Jingming, who was always calm and collected. What would he look like after discovering that Song Qiuyun was a second-level inferior? That must be very interesting. Thinking of this, Qi Dongxia couldn't help but have a bad smile on her face. Ding dong, that the doorbell of Villa number 32 rang. It should be Song Qiuyun and the others who have arrived. Su Jingming got up from the sofa and opened the door. Because the B-class suit worth more than 10 million yuan has been scrapped, he is now wearing the previous D-class suit. The door of the villa opened, and it turned out that Song Qiuyun and Qi Dongxia were standing at the door. Qi Dongxia on the left is wearing a casual outfit, Song Qiuyun on the right is wearing a silver-white battle suit. Song Qiuyun's figure was already in good shape, wrapped in a silver-white tight-fitting uniform. Her breasts are even more proud and plump, and her legs are straight and slender. Paired with that delicate face, it exudes a fatal temptation, and this also made Su Jingming certain. Sure enough, Song Qiuyun's figure was better than Jiang Chushuan's, just like a ripe peach. We are coming. Classmate Su, long time no see. I hope you won't lose too badly later. Qi Dongxia next to her also greeted her with a smile. Are you so sure that I will lose? Su Jingming raised his eyebrows and said, let's go to the second floor. Training room on the second floor. Su Jingming and Song Qiuyun were 6 meters apart. standing opposite each other. The dark cloud blast gun was already in Su Jingming's hand, but Song Qiuyun on the opposite side had not yet taken out the weapon. "You can't defeat me without using weapons," Su Jingming said with a faint smile. "Weapons? Of course I have them." Song Qiuyun smiled sweetly, and the space ring on her finger shone slightly. Then, a Fang Tian painted halberd appeared out of thin air and fell into her hand slightly. The tip and blade of the halberd glowed with a cold light under the sunlight shining through the floor-to-ceiling windows. This Fang Tian painted halberd is about 2 meters long and has a thick shaft. It formed a strong contrast with Song Qiuyun's slim and slender figure. Fang Tian painted a halberd. Su Jingming opposite was also slightly surprised. His spear is already a relatively unpopular weapon. As for the weapon Fang Tian Hua Ji, it is even more unpopular, not to mention that it was still being used by a graceful girl. He. In the corner of the training room, Lu Wentao and Qi Dongxia, who were acting as spectators, each had a faint smile on their faces. Brother Ming, Qiuyun, will definitely win. Chapter 87 Everything is broken. The charm of master marksmanship. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Classmate Su, get ready to start. This time, I will defeat you completely. Block. Fang Tian's painted halberd was punched to the ground by Song Qiuyun, making a heavy sound. The entire villa training room is made of E-grade alloy, which is extremely strong and will not be damaged under normal circumstances. Judging from the heavy sound made by Fang Tian's painted halberd hitting the alloy ground, the weight of this Fang Tian painted halberd is at least hundreds of kilograms. It was hard to imagine how such a heavy weapon could be danced by Song Qiuyun's slender jade hands. At the same time, an aura unique to second-level superpowers burst out from her body. Second level, lower level. It turns out you have a breakthrough. No wonder you are so confident that you want to defeat me. Su Jingming also noticed the change in Song Qiuyun's aura, and then a faint smile appeared on his resolute face. But for more than a month, I haven't been standing still. Crackling accompanied by the sound of leaping thunder and arcs, the S-level superpower Zixiao Divine Thunder appeared on the surface of his body. At the same time, an aura that was several times more powerful than Song Qiuyun also burst out. Second-level promotion. How is this possible? Qi Dongxia in the corner stared, feeling that her world view had been subverted. More than a month ago, Su Jingming had just advanced to the first level. Logically speaking, it will take at least 4 or 5 months to break through from the first level to the second level. But in just over a month, Su Jingming not only broke through the second level, but also reached an astonishing second level. Hey, I told you a long time ago that your Qiuyun can't beat our brother Ming. Lu Wentao smiled proudly. The second higher level, plus S-level abilities. He never thought that among the freshmen, there would be anyone who could compete with Su Jingming. Even this talented girl from Sichuan province is the same. Second level, high level. Song Qiuyun on the opposite side was also confused. She also wanted to use her rank to suppress Su Jingming, but unexpectedly she was suppressed instead. Moreover, everyone is the provincial champion. How come your promotion speed is so fast? How is it? Do you want to continue? Su Jingming smiled slightly. Song Qiuyun bit her red lips, a little confused. If it continues, it goes without saying that it will definitely be a one-sided crushing, or even an instant kill. If I don't continue, I've come here after all, so I won't be willing to just give up. After thinking for a moment, Song Qiuyun gritted her teeth and nodded. Continue. But then he added with a serious expression, but you can't use too much force. She still remembered Lei Zhou's tragic situation in the ring last time. I heard that the crippled arm has not fully recovered until now. Su Jingming almost laughed out loud when he heard this. He deserves to be the #1 scholar in Sichuan province, capable of bending and stretching. Don't worry, I won't take the initiative, just come. The dark cloud blast gun was turned behind Su Jingming. If he takes the initiative, no complicated skills are needed, lightning flashes to get close and strikes with the spear to take down the opponent. In fact, he didn't think any freshman could stop this ordinary combo. Even the other provincial champions are the same. After all, with his current strength, he should be competing against sophomores and juniors. Playing with this group of freshmen is a complete crush. Oh, Song Qiuyun's beautiful eyes shone slightly. Classmate Su, don't regret it. Light of morning, boom. A pale golden light like the morning sun burst out from Song Qiuyun's delicate body. But beneath this gentleness and warmth, there is a faint aura of danger hidden. This is the A-level light power, the light of morning. Jingming also curiously observed the bright light lingering around Song Qiuyun. Light abilities, like thunder and lightning abilities, are both natural abilities. As for why it is not classified under elemental abilities, it's because elemental abilities only include the four basic elements of water, wind, fire, and earth. Others, such as thunder, light, ice, etc., are all natural abilities, of course. Although they are all natural abilities, light and lightning are also two completely different abilities. Gerber technique, shining light. In the training room, Song Qiuyun shouted. The Fang Tian painted halberd on the jade hand was covered with a layer of pale golden light, and the sharp aura it exuded was even colder. Strengthening weapon-type combat skills. Jingming raised his eyebrows slightly. This type of combat skill is relatively unpopular, and this is the first time he has seen it. Immediately afterwards, Song Qiuyun charged forward. Her slender and graceful figure was dragging a thick Fang Tian painted halberd. It seems out of proportion, but there is an inexplicable sense of harmony. Halberd technique, light flame gravity slash. The light on Fang Tian's painted halberd suddenly brightened, and was immediately enveloped by a crimson flame. The halberd blade drew an icy arc in the air and slashed hard at Jingming. Block. Jingming blocked this terrifying blow with just one sweep of his spear. Using light powers to trigger flames is indeed a good combat skill, but it's a pity that the power is lacking. Jingming shook his head. The flames on the halberd will explode and cause damage only after hitting the enemy, but Song Qiuyun's halberd was swept away by him, and he lost the rhythm of his subsequent attack. Pretty. In the corner, Lu Wentao pumped his fist excitedly. Song Qiuyun had defeated many people in Sichuan province with this combat skill, but unexpectedly, she was easily blocked by Jingming. Come again. Halberd technique, bright wind slash. Song Qiuyun was not willing to give in. Fang Tian painted his halberd and struck in succession like a strong wind, and the light of dawn around him also stimulated dozens of light blades. From a distance, it looked like countless phantoms were attacking Jingming. Clang! 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 There was a dense impact sound like machine gun fire. Jingming just used that long spear to break all the attacks. No, the halberd is too slow and not powerful enough. You have to practice more. Jingming had a wanton smile on his face. The spear in his hand was like a phantom, accurately blocking every slash and supernatural light blade. This is the charm of master marksmanship. Just relying on marksmanship can achieve the effect of the opponent's combat skills. Jingming's breathing was steady, but Song Qiuyun's breathing on the opposite side became increasingly rapid. Clang. Finally, there was another huge crash. Song Qiuyun could no longer maintain this high-speed slashing attack, and retreated aside while holding Fang Tian's painted halberd. He was breathing heavily, and his plump chest was rising and falling. The right hand holding the halberd was trembling slightly. Too big. The gap is really huge. Halberd technique, bright wind slash, is an A-level combat skill that can continuously deliver slashes, and in those short 2 or 3 seconds, the light blade of the dawn light combined with Fang Tian's painted halberd produced a total of hundreds of slashes. Ordinary superpower users would either simply get out of the way, or use more powerful combat skills to break the move. However, Jingming just used the spear to resolve hundreds of slashes. After a while, Song Qiuyun's breath calmed down, and she took a deep breath and asked. I'm afraid your proficiency in marksmanship is more than just advanced, right? But when she was 8 years old, her family asked her to choose a weapon, and she chose the strange-looking Fang Tian Hua Ji at a glance. Since then, I have been practicing every day, and it has been 10 years now. The proficiency has reached an advanced level, but even so, Song Qiuyun could still feel the powerful suppressive power from Jingming's spear that she couldn't resist at all. Guessed it right. Jingming, holding a spear in his hand, grinned. My marksmanship is master level. Chapter 88 Song Qiuyun's amazing background. My cousin is coming soon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Master Level Marksmanship. Song Qiuyun was slightly startled. The proficiency of weapon skills can be improved through continuous practice from beginner to advanced stages, but if you want to enter the master level, you must have extremely high talent. Jingming is only 18 years old and already has master level marksmanship. This talent is simply terrifying. S-level superpowers, coupled with abnormal cultivation talents and comprehension talents. How can we surpass this? A wry smile appeared on Song Qiuyun's pretty face. Fang Tian's painted halberd on the jade hand was also put back into the space ring, and he decisively admitted defeat and said, "I admit defeat, I can't beat you." Although the moment Jingming revealed his level, she knew that she would definitely lose, but this kind of all-round crushing still gave her a serious sense of frustration. After all, I am also the provincial champion who has stepped on more than 400,000 candidates. Are you admitting defeat now? In addition to the halberd technique, you should have other light spell-based combat skills, right? Why don't you try it together? Jingming asked with a smile. Song Qiuyun's teacher is the dean of the Academy of Elements, so her offensive methods are naturally not limited to close combat. Forget it, it's useless if you use it. Song Qiuyun shook her head. The power of spell-like combat skills has a great relationship with mental strength and power level. Jingming is a second-level high-ranking person. His mental strength is definitely stronger than his own, and he also has S-level powers. After releasing his other magic combat skills, he might not be able to break through the opponent's lightning protection net. Why bother asking for trouble again? After a pause, Song Qiuyun said with a smile. But it was said to be a sparring match, but in fact, it was you, Mr. Su, who acted as a sparring partner. Let's take it as compensation. I'll treat you to dinner at noon. How about that? Okay. Jingming would not refuse. Okay, let's meet at noon. Xia, let's go. It's a pity. It seems that you, classmate Su, are more powerful. Then we'll see you next time. Qi Dongxia chuckled, and then left behind Song Qiuyun. After the two women left, Lu Wentao in the corner ran over happily and said excitedly, "It's not easy." As an examinee who also came from Sichuan province, he deeply understood Song Qiuyun's terror. In fact, many geniuses in Sichuan province all agreed that Song Qiuyun was simply not something that anyone of his age could defeat. But now, this curse has finally been broken. Fortunately, Song Qiuyun's strength is not very strong. Jingming shook his head and put the dark cloud wind gun back on the weapon rack. Isn't Song Qiuyun very strong? I'm afraid only you, Brother Ming, would think so. Lu Wentao clicked his tongue in surprise. As the #1 scholar in Sichuan province, Song Qiuyun is definitely among the top 3 freshmen in this class. However, her level has improved very quickly, and she has already reached the second level. Jingming said thoughtfully, even the first tier of freshmen usually only enter the second tier 2 or 3 months after the start of school. Compared with them, Song Qiuyun's progress was much faster. It's okay. Considering Song Qiuyun's background, this progress is considered normal. Lu Wentao chuckled and then said mysteriously. Brother Ming, you probably don't know about Song Qiuyun's family background, right? What? Song Qiuyun's background is not simple. Jingming raised his eyebrows slightly. Of course. Lu Wentao nodded heavily and then said. You should know Song Daoyuan in the high school history textbook, right? Song Qiuyun is his great-granddaughter. Song Daoyuan. The 8th-level grandmaster with S-level light powers. This great master was a powerful man who was active 80 years ago. Unfortunately, he was seriously injured in a battle with a ferocious beast. His potential was exhausted, and he was unable to continue to break through to the 9th level. In the high school history textbook, there is a special chapter about Song Daoyuan. Lu Wentao smiled and said, although the great master Song Daoyuan has many heirs, but the talented great granddaughter Song Qiuyun received the most love. Since childhood, I have been taking care of my body with various side-effect-free elixirs and exotic flowers and herbs, and he also practices the top superpower training method. It is normal for him to practice faster than others. In Sichuan province, Song Daoyuan, the great master with S-level powers, has a thunderous reputation. Many people also know about the other party's great-granddaughter Song Qiuyun. I see. Su Jingming suddenly understood. No wonder Song Qiuyun was able to buy unscrupulously when she went to the center of Magic City last time, and there is also a large capacity space ring that can hold a 2-meter-long square sky painting halberd. It turns out that the background is so profound. After learning about Song Qiuyun's background, Su Jingming didn't stay in the villa for long and set out for the combat skills library again. As expected, it only took 4 hours. Su Jingming roughly understood the training method of the S-level combat skill Hell Thunder Armor. Next, use the Deep Blue system to continue adding points, power points. 1400 Underworld Thunder Armor, Elementary. Just for a moment, Su Jingming completely mastered the Hell Thunder Armor, an S-level combat skill that ordinary superpower users need to learn for more than half a year. After adding some Hell Thunder Armor, I don't have many ability points left. Su Jingming subconsciously opened his system panel. Name, Su Jingming, level, 2nd level upper level, superpower, Purple Sky Divine Thunder, S. Spirit, 987 Hz, plus, skills, Spear Technique, Master, Sky Thunder Technique, Elementary, Hell Thunder Armor, Elementary, Boxing Technique, Intermediate plus, Thunder Spear, Advanced, Chain Thunder Spear, Intermediate plus, Thunder Flash, Advanced, Thunder Prison, Intermediate plus, Lightning Rush, Advanced, Body Training, Thunder Immortal Body, 3rd level, Power Points, 712. The 2S level combat. Skills cost Su Jingming a total of 3,000 power points. As a result, the power points on the system panel suddenly shrank to 712 points. There are not enough power points, but the Yuanshui Wilderness area will not be open for another 2 to 3 months. Then, where should I go to kill the ferocious beasts and harvest power points? Su Jingming frowned slightly. As one of the most prosperous cities in Daxia, there are not many wilderness areas around the Magic City. The Yuanshui Wilderness Area is the closest wilderness area to the Magic City. Certainly, the Magic City is near the sea, and there are quite a lot of ferocious beasts in the sea, but the constraints in the sea are too great. Once in the sea, he may not be able to use 10% of his strength. Maybe you can only use the Purple Sky Divine Thunder to electrocute weak ocean beasts in the sea, but now Zixiashen can only spread about 15 meters, and the efficiency is very low. Eva, open the map and search the wilderness area near the Magic City. With a buzz, a holographic map appeared in front of Su Jingming. The center of the map is the Magic City, and there are 3 other glowing locations. They represent the 3 wilderness areas closest to the Magic City. The first one is the Source Water Wilderness Area. The other 2 slightly further wilderness areas are the Yangqing Wilderness Area and the Tongxiang Wilderness Area. Of these 2 wilderness areas, one is to the north of the Magic City and the other is to the south of the Magic City. The distance is about 140 kilometers. Although the number of ferocious beasts is large, they are extremely scattered. The Yangqing Wilderness Area is similar to the Yuanshui Wilderness Area, but the highest level of ferocious beasts is as high as level 6, which is very dangerous. Su Jingming thought for a moment and quickly made a decision. In that case, after the first week of classes is over, you can visit both wilderness areas separately. After all, it is a top university, so you should be able to learn a lot from the courses offered by the school. Of course, if the course is too bad, Su Jingming didn't mind skipping classes and spending part of his time hunting ferocious beasts. Dingling bell. At this time, the cell phone ringtone suddenly rang. I took out my mobile phone and the name of the caller displayed on it was my sister-in-law Su Qiuyun. Sister-in-law. Only then did Su Jingming remember that he had forgotten to call her when he left the wilderness area yesterday, so I quickly clicked to connect. Did you get through? Xiao Ming, is your training over there over? Sister-in-law Su Qiuyun's surprised voice rang from the other end of the phone. Well, it just ended yesterday. Oh, how about training? Very nice. Su Jingming chatted with his sister-in-law after a long absence, and he also learned from the other party that his cousin Tang Chi would arrive in the Magic City at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Okay, I'll pick up Sister Chi at the high-speed rail station then. A few minutes later, I just hung up the phone. Su Jingming, who was about to test the power of the Hell Thunder Armor, received another call from his cousin Tang Qi. As expected, they are mother and daughter. They make phone calls in tandem. Shaking his head, Su Jingming answered the phone again. Chapter 89 Hell Thunder Armor. Hitting me is like hitting yourself. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jingming, I'm right next to Mom. I just heard that you finished training. Cousin Tang Qi's clear and melodious voice rang from the other end of the phone. Well, it just ended yesterday. When I was in high school, the college entrance examination training arranged by the school was very tiring for me, and the training for you with powerful powers in the Magic City must be even more tiring. You don't have to pick me up tomorrow. Just rest in the dormitory. I'll come here with my companions. It doesn't matter, I don't have anything else to do tomorrow anyway. Before time travel, because of the withdrawn character of my predecessor, the relationship with cousin Tang Qi cannot be said to be too good, nor can it be said to be too bad. After traveling through time, Su Jingming moved to his sister-in-law's Jinghu community. As the time between the two parties increased, the relationship with cousin Tang Qi gradually became closer, so, after chatting with his cousin Tang Qi on the phone for a few minutes, Su Jingming hung up the phone. Now I can finally try out the S-level combat skills I just learned. Su Jingming's eyes narrowed slightly, and his heart moved. Hell Thunder Armor. Crackling, along with the sound of thunder, the purple sky divine thunder quickly emerged on the surface of Su Jingming's body. However, what is different from the past is that these thunderbolts are not just scattered around the body's surface. Instead, a blue-purple thunder armor was condensed at an astonishing speed. On the armor, thunder that seemed to be liquefied kept jumping, wandering, and crackling, and Su Jingming, who was wrapped in thunder armor, felt even more secure. Condensing the Underworld thunder armor consumes almost 1/5 of my superpowers. The duration is about half an hour, and the battery life is pretty good. Even if the thunder armor is damaged somewhere during the battle, you can use the purple sky divine thunder to replenish it without having to recondensate it. What's more important is that the defensive properties of thunder armor are more versatile than those of a suit. Su Jingming's eyes brightened slightly. Ordinary battle clothes are usually made of ferocious animal skins, which are very tough and can prevent the ferocious beast's claws from cutting into the flesh, but the impact force of tens of thousands of kilograms produced by the vicious beast's claws cannot be weakened too much by the suit. Compared with ferocious beasts, human bodies are almost as strong as those of babies. Even if the suit blocks the tearing damage, the impact is still fatal. But the Hell Thunder armor is completely different. It can greatly reduce the impact of this part. For example, the 10,000 kilogram impact force caused by the vicious beast's claw strike has been weakened by the thunder armor. Maybe only 1,000 kilograms will affect Su Jingming. Impact force is reduced by up to 90%. This is the dominance of the S-level combat skill, Hell Thunder armor. And this is just the basic level of proficiency. As proficiency increases, the reductions will increase further. Certainly, thunder armor also has an endurance limit. If the impact force exceeds this limit, when the thunder armor was shattered on the spot, all the impact force would also act on the body without reservation. As for the limit of impact force that Lei Kai Xian can currently withstand, Su Jingming will not know until he tests it. In addition, the thunder is wandering on the Underworld thunder armor. It will also automatically counterattack the attacker, which is equivalent to wearing a piece of anti-armor. Su Jingming was very satisfied with this. Once the Hell Thunder armor is penetrated, hitting me is like hitting yourself. No matter how you calculate it, you won't lose money. What's more, he would have been wearing a battle suit. The enemy's attack is weakened by the Hell Thunder armor and the battle clothes. In the end, it is still a question whether he can cause damage to his powerful physical body, which he has trained to the 3rd level of his Thunder Immortal body. By turning on the Thunder state and condensing the Hell Thunder armor, I don't know what kind of amazing strength my defense will be increased to. Su Jingming was vaguely looking forward to it. Then he took out his phone and prepared to check the time. Unexpectedly, there was an additional message on the lock screen that had just been sent by teacher Yang Tian. The teacher is back. Su Jingming's eyes lit up and he quickly stood up and left the reading room. Teacher's Villa, Building 23. As soon as Su Jingming walked in, he found the tall figure of his teacher Yang Tian sitting on the sofa. On the coffee table, a cup of tea was slowly steaming. Teacher. Su Jingming stepped forward and said respectfully. Second level up. That's right. As a 7th level high-level superpower user with huge mental power, Yang Jintian noticed the change in Su Jingming's level at a glance. He couldn't help but nodded with satisfaction. Sit down. When did you come back? Yesterday. Su Jingming sat down across from the sofa and replied with a smile. In addition to leveling up, it seems that your other gains are also good. Have you killed anyone? Yang Jintian asked with interest. Su Jingming was still a little immature before going to the wilderness area, so now Su Jingming exudes a fierce and dangerous aura that most people of his age have never had. Such an aura cannot be condensed no matter how many ferocious beasts are killed. There was a team that wanted to kill people and steal goods, but I killed them. Su Jingming briefly explained, then with a thought in his heart, he took out a bottle of Earth Spirit Spring from the space ring. That's right, teacher, the students harvested some S-level earthly springs in the wilderness area. There are 4 bottles in total. Please accept this bottle. S-level Earth Spirit Spring. I don't know how many times the Yuanshui wilderness area has been raided by those high-level superpowers. You can also find the Earth Spirit Spring, which is good luck, not enough. For a superpower user of my level, the healing effect of Delinquent is not as good as an A-level 7th grade elixir. Just keep this spiritual spring by yourself. For those with powers below level 4, Earth Spirit Spring is an extremely effective healing medicine, but for those with powers above level 4, the healing effect will be much worse. Certainly. Su Jingming was very satisfied if he had this idea. After a pause, Yang Jintian added, however, you can give your senior brother Lu Ming a bottle. Senior brother? What's wrong with him? Su Jingming was slightly startled. Something went wrong in the battle in the southwest, and he was seriously injured. Yang Jintian said in a deep voice, in the past few days since I left school, I went to the southwest to bring him back. Severely injured. Su Jingming frowned and was about to continue asking. The living room leads to the passageway to the open-air backyard of the villa. Senior brother Lu Ming is sitting in a wheelchair and was pushed in by Uncle Fu. He was pale, his legs were missing, and his right arm was empty. The only remaining left arm was also covered with bandages and looked very miserable. Junior brother. Seeing Su Jingming, senior brother Lu Ming forced a smile. Senior brother. Su Jingming looked shocked and stood up suddenly, coming to his senior brother Lu Ming's side. Only then did he realize that Lu Ming's injuries were far more than just physical. The aura that was originally at the peak of the 3rd level actually dropped to the point where it was even inferior to him. What's going on? Didn't yesterday's news report say that the war in the southwest was a complete victory under the leadership of the 8th level Grandmaster Wang Linyang? Su Jingming frowned. Any war involving ferocious beasts will be specially supervised by an inspection team, and it is impossible to lie about the results of the battle. Since he has won a great victory, Lu Ming, as a 3rd level peak superpower user, possesses the 3rd level of the immortal body of thunder. Even if he was injured, it couldn't be this miserable. Chapter 90 Amiable Su Jingming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A great victory. Senior brother Lu Ming suddenly became excited, his eyes burning with rage. If we, the Ashes Guild, hadn't acted as bait, would Wang Linyang have been able to defeat him so easily? There are more than 2,000 superpowers in the guild. In the end, less than 100 people survived. Thinking that this comrade and brother who had been together for more than a month died tragically in front of him, Lu Ming closed his eyes in pain, and 2 lines of tears silently slipped down his cheeks. Uncle Fu, take Lu Ming down to rest. Yang Jintian sighed. Teacher, senior brother, is this? After senior brother Lu Ming was pushed away by Uncle Fu, Su Jingming asked hesitantly. Yang Jintian pondered for a moment and explained. The ferocious beasts in the southwest have been raging for less than half a year. A month ago, the 8th level Grand Master Wang Linyang was sent to suppress them. I thought this matter would be completely resolved soon. Unexpectedly, the 7th level leader of the ferocious beasts in the ferocious beast group seemed to be aware of the danger. He has been unable to retreat, just arranging the beast tide to attack. In this way, the fighting continued for more than a month. Later, Wang Linyang really couldn't wait any longer, arranged for Lu Ming's Ashes Guild to go deep into the wilderness area and act as bait. Sure enough, the 7th level beast was fished out, and Wang Linyang finally killed it. However, the Ashes Guild, which had no prior knowledge, also suffered heavy losses under the siege of the 7th-level ferocious beasts and a large number of 6th-level ferocious beasts. Of the guild with more than 2,000 people, less than 100 people survived in the end. Lu Ming himself was also seriously injured. If he had not activated the Thunder State, he would have died long ago. Ashes Guild? Is it related to the Ashes Society that senior brother joined? Su Jingming keenly discovered the key point. It's relevant. The Ashes Guild is the subordinate guild of the Ashes Club in our school. Of the more than 2,000 combat members of the Ashes Guild, nearly 100 of them graduated from our school. In addition, the other members are also very capable. During that time on the battlefield, the Ashes Guild was the guild that killed the largest number of ferocious beasts, and it had long been remembered by the leader of that ferocious beast. Otherwise, there is no way to use it as bait to fish it out. Yang Jintian's eyes flashed coldly. However, as an 8th-level superpower user, he had just accomplished his meritorious service. The final punishment for Wang Linyang may not be very severe. An elite guild with more than 2,000 people can use it as bait. This Wang Linyang is so cruel. Su Jingming's hair stood on end. In the eyes of the 8th-level Grandmaster Wang Linyang, low-level superpowers like Lu Ming and others are probably expendable pawns. Humph. That's so cruel. With Wang Linyang's town, the ferocious beasts in the southwest can't make much of a splash. Use the army to slowly encroach, and you can take it sooner or later. It's nothing more than consuming more supplies, but he had to use bait in a hurry, causing so many people to die tragically. Yang Jintian snorted coldly, and terrifying thunder flashed around him. Yesterday I had a fight with him, and although we didn't end up fighting, he felt equally uncomfortable. In addition, tomorrow I will take Lu Ming to another Grandmaster with healing powers to heal his injuries. I'm afraid I won't be able to participate in your freshman competition. Su Jingming nodded to express his understanding. Originally, he wanted his teacher Yang Jintian to take action to test how much impact his Hell Thunder armor could withstand, but looking at this situation, it is not suitable for testing combat skills. So, after leaving a bottle of S-level delinquent, Su Jingming turned around and left the villa. After this serious injury, I don't know if senior brother can get back on his feet. Su Jingming walked on the road after leaving the villa, but his mind was still thinking about the tragic situation of his senior brother just now. A master-level healing power user can achieve the healing effect of regenerating a severed limb, but how can the newly grown legs and right arm be as good as the original ones? In addition, the foundation of the Thunderbolt immortal body created by his teacher Yang Jintian already exists in the physical body. Suffering such serious injuries, the Thunder immortal body was more than half disabled. In addition, Lu Ming's Thunder immortal body has also reached the 3rd level. The newly grown limbs also need to be exercised again. I don't know what year or month it will take until my whole body returns to the 3rd level of the lightning immortal body. I hope senior brother can withstand this blow and get back on his feet. Shaking his head, Su Jingming didn't think about it anymore. This time the matter involved the Grand Master, and apart from taking out a bottle of S-level Earth Spirit Spring, he couldn't provide much help. Thinking on the bright side, at least the senior brother did not die tragically in the wilderness area like others. When you are alive, there is hope. When I walked out of teacher Yang Jintian's villa, it was already 12 o'clock in the afternoon. On the way, Su Jingming received a call from Song Qiuyun asking for dinner, so after meeting up, they went to a restaurant called Kinjiaju in the university town. Kinjiaju is a relatively high-end shopping place in the university town. A meal for 2 or 3 people costs thousands of daxia coins, but for Song Qiuyun and Su Jingming, this is considered ordinary. Sir, how many of you are there? Song Qiuyun and Su Jingming, one is charming and pretty, and the other is slim. One has a resolute look and a tall stature. When they walk together, they are like a golden boy and a jade girl, which easily attracts the attention of people around them. So, as soon as the two of them walked into Kinjiaju, a waiter came up to greet them warmly. You two. Open a private room for us. Su Jingming had just come out of the wilderness area. After a long period of killing, he naturally carried a cold and murderous aura. In addition, after absorbing the essence of the Thunder Tyrannosaurus, the pressure that was unique to dragon beasts was generated. At this time, his brows frowned, and the ordinary waiter trembled slightly, and hurriedly said. "There is a private room upstairs, please follow me." After that, he hurriedly walked in front to lead the way. "TSK, classmate Su, don't be so fierce, you scared the other waiters." Song Qiuyun and Su Jingming walked up the stairs. After entering the private room, Song Qiuyun smiled and said, at this time, she had changed out of her battle clothes and was wearing a simple white women's t-shirt and a pair of light blue tight jeans. She leaned back against the chair, revealing the full curve of her chest. Div data fontia type equals / image / source equals / user / div. "I am fierce." Su Jingming was slightly startled. "I always thought I had a friendly face and was kind to others." This was Su Jingming's true self-perception of himself, of course, that if Jiang Chuxian heard his words, he would have another feeling. Hey, don't go too far. When you shot Lei Zhou's shoulder blade in the ring, how come you didn't show that you were kind? Song Qiuyun couldn't help but complain. Lei Zhou deserved it. Su Jingming didn't comment. The attitude towards the enemy is naturally different. That's right. Song Qiuyun didn't refute this point, and a nice smile appeared on her pretty face. Then you can barely be considered amiable. After a pause, Song Qiuyun asked the biggest question in her heart. But why can I feel a strong aura similar to that of a ferocious beast from you?